Take that shit to the rush.
All right.
No, let's sit in the middle.
Oh.
No.
We're going live, everybody.
Why are we going live, kid?
Oh, okay.
He's good about to teach his online classes.
0 viewers, by the way. 0 viewers.
Hey, what's up, Raina? Have a seat anywhere. Where the fuck are we sitting here? All right, so let's take a look here. I'm gonna use the whiteboard.
Bro, I need to go to the bathroom so bad.
Actually, wait, how do I flip this camera around?
I just
Already?
need you to go, bro.
You didn't ask for permission, no?
Okay, here, let's see here. Who wants to be the cameraman?
Me.
Want to be the camera woman? Okay.
Psych.
Psych. Wait, how do I make this bigger? Wait, why is it so small?
Right here, bro.
Fuck.
Right here. Wait, oh shit. See that?
What?
That's the biggest it gets.
No, dude. How can I? I can't even see nothing with that.
That's the biggest it gets.
You need it bigger.
You want to sit over here, Raina?
It's because the phone is small as fuck.
You get right there? You gonna make it?
I mean,
Okay. All right, guys. Here, you guys.
like this?
Here, is it good yet or what?
Like this?
Oh, there we go. How'd you do that?
Oh, I just used the whole thing, you know?
Oh, okay.
Because that's the biggest it gets. So just go like that.
Okay, here, record me. You go on that side.
I record you?
Yeah.
Like this?
All right. Where am I?
Why do I gotta record?
Till I say, is there a pause button on there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think when to pause and when to finish.
0 viewers.
Okay. All right, guys. So, couple of things today. Today, I'm gonna teach you guys how to retire in 2 years. You guys want to learn how to retire in 2
The
years?
fuck is there so many messages?
Oh, I got some people nodding their heads. So, what do you need to retire, first of all? So, if you had a goal one day that you said, you know what, I don't want to work for a job, right? We need to work because we need money. Is that correct?
No.
Why do we got to work? We got to work because we got bills to pay. Do you guys agree with that? So, every month, I have a bill to pay. What are some of the things that I gotta pay for as an adult?
Gas, food.
Okay. So I gotta pay for rent.
Every month.
You don't use gas. Yeah, just because you don't.
How much do I gotta pay in rent about? Guess. Take a guess, Leah.
Gas bill?
You don't know. You're a young kid, right? How would you don't pay rent?
Fucking stupid.
What do you think? Hey, Will. What? That's not how we speak in class.
No, that is how we speak.
All right, let's say rent. Let's go $2,000. Let's just be conservative. It's actually a little bit more than that. Okay. You know, a lot of people in Milpitas in here, you know, families double up now because you guys know how it's expensive to live in the Bay Area. You guys know that? So you know how you reduce your expenses? One family with another family, they combine and they live in one house. So that way they split the cost in half. You guys know any families that do that? I used to do that. When I lived in Sunnyvale, me and 2 families, all we did was we split it. We had a big sliding wall. We just put a sliding wall in between and we divided the house into 2. So that's one way. Is that someone at the door, Raina? So this is the key to financial freedom. Let me tell you guys what it is. The key to financial freedom is this. When your monthly expenses, right? So do you guys know on average, how much money do I spend a month on things just to live, like rent, food, electricity? Let's say about 5,000. Does that sound about right, Mateo? 5,000? Okay, so check this out. If I have $5,000, most people. Hello, Taya. Hello, Lena. We flipped the classroom around today, so if you want to be in the back, you got to be up there, unless you want to be in the front. All right. So here's how you can not have to rely on a job, but most people cannot do this. All right. Do you know how you could retire without having a job? Most people, how do they make 5,000? They gotta have a job, right? Don't you need a job? Right. And let's do a little math. Let's say you make $20 an hour. Is that minimum wage right now?
Yes.
Okay. So if you, let's say, if I told you if you could save $5,000 and you could make that money, if you could save $5,000, I can show you how to potentially make that grow to $50,000. Would you guys be on board with that? Of course, right? How long would it take you to save $5,000? So let's say you make $20 an hour. How many hours do you have to work? What do I have to do? What do I have to do to this math? What mathematical formula do I have to do? Yeah, divide by 20. Do you guys agree? Divide by 20. You guys agree? $20 an hour, right?
250.
That equals, what is 5,000? So here, when you divide, here's a shortcut. Did you guys know the shortcut? You can cross out a 0, 0. So that's 500 divided by 2. Did you guys know that? There's a trick, right? Because if you divide this by 10, it's 2. You divide this by 10, that's 500, right? You just cancel out the zeros. Makes sense, right? That's a little math trick. What's 500 divided by 2? Cut 500 in half. What do you get? 250. That's how we say it. 250. 250 hours. Uh-oh. So if I want to save up $5,000, I got to work 250 hours. How many days is that? No. Actually, how many hours do you work in a day usually?
8.
About 8 hours. 8 hours a day, right? So let's divide this by 8. Let's divide that by 8 hours.
It's like 33 days.
Ooh. Here, 8 goes into 25. That's about well, we know 8 times 3 is 24, right? So it's gonna be something like 30.
30.
No, it's not 30.
It's not 30 because 250 divided by 10 is 25.
You're right. So it's gonna be like
33.
33. Let's say 32.
33 days. 33 days.
Let's say 32 days.
What? How?
No. Divided by 8 hours. What's 250 divided by 8? Here, let's do that. 250 divided by 8 is 3, 24, 1, 0. So 32. 32. Okay. So if you divide that by 8 hours, you have to wait. You have to work 32 days to save up $5,000. Does that make sense? Okay. So where could you work? Anybody here got a job?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. I know this guy got a job. He owns his own business. He's a construction worker. How much he make an hour?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't. Oh, yes. He gets paid cash under the table. He doesn't pay tax. Hey, smart. All right. So check this out. Let's say you have to work 32 days to save up $5,000. Okay. So if this is how you can retire, but most people can't do this. When most people have to work, right? You have to agree, right? This is your monthly expenses. When your passive income is greater than your monthly expenses. Do you guys know what passive income means? Passive income is this. There's your job income. Okay. Your job is how much you get paid per hour, right?
Your cycles?
Yep. Passive income. This you have to work for it. Do you guys agree? Your job, you got to work to make the money. Passive income is when you invest to make the money. Because when you're investing, now your money is working for you. Does that make sense? Right? Where can you invest in? What are some things that you can invest in? Where could you put your money in where it could potentially make more money? You could put it in stocks, right? You could gamble it. You gamble it, right? You could gamble it. You could bet on sports, right? You could bet on sports. You could put it in real estate, right? You could buy a home, right? And rent it out and try to get money that way, right? Where your money's working for you. You could real estate. You could take your money and buy Pokemon cards, right? Baseball cards. And if they go up in value, you could sell it, right? There's drop shipping. Have you guys heard of drop shipping? Yeah, you could buy something low, sell it high, right? Reselling. You could buy fake Jordans and then sell it for like expensive. Yes.
Can I get some water?
You could get some water and then go sell it in the desert for more, right? There's many ways to make money, right? Where else can you make money? Nevada? I almost called you Nirvana, like Nirvana. Oh, compound interest. You could put it in the bank and it earns very little, right? So basically, your whatever you put it in, it needs to grow. But in all of these different places you put it in, is there risk? Is there risk involved if you put it in there? Is it guaranteed you put it in the stock market, you're gonna make like $5,000? No, it's like gambling, right? Do you guys agree? It's like gambling. You put it in Bitcoin, crypto. Do you guys know Bitcoin used to be 120,000? You guys know how much Bitcoin is now? It's like
Damn, you got
60,000.
you
It got
got
cut
no
in half, 50%. A lot of people lost money in Bitcoin over the last year. Okay. So all of these, there's risk involved, right? So how do you minimize the risk? How do you actually take good risk? Is there anything as oh, very good. Math and statistics. You can use math to create an edge. So this is what you're gonna do. So this is what we have. We have 30 days left. Do you guys know we have 30 days left before we have a big project presentation where we're gonna present to the school board and to parents? They're gonna come in here and they're gonna walk along and they're gonna see all the work that you've done that teaches them what you've learned in math. Does that sound kind of scary? All right. But believe it or not, you guys have already learned a lot of things. All right. So name some of the things that we learned so far that can help you make money using math. Alana?
Can I use the restroom?
The restroom? I mean, I guess if you have to go, you got to go, right? I can't make you sit here and then have an accident. Yes. Rule number 1. We learned about the rule of 72, which is what? What does the rule of 72 even tell you? Do you remember? No, it tells you how fast, how long it take your money to double, right? So let's say you earn 10% interest rate per year. All you do is you divide 72 divided by 10, your money's gonna double every 7.2 years, right? But check this out. Do you guys really want to wait 7.2 years for your money to double? You guys are young. You guys want to double it fast, right? What if I told you you can learn to double 10% every month? Or how about this? Yeah, every month. Where, let's say 72, let's say you get 10% a month, your money will double every 7.2 months, right? Because this tells you how much it will double, but it doesn't matter. It could be years, it could be months, it could be weeks, it could be days. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this number right here, the rate of return. But how do we get this rate of return? So we learned about the rule of 72. We learned about compound interest, right? Exponential growth, right? Remember, if you let your money grow on top of each other, it'll just grow bigger and bigger versus simple interest, which just grows in a straight constant line, right? So we learned about that. So you already learned 2 of the milestones. Now here's where I'm going to take you guys. I'm going to take you guys down this road over here. Actually, we learned about probability too, right? You guys remember probability when you flip a coin, right? So check this out. Most people, when they gamble, they lose. You guys agree with that? Why do they lose when they gamble? 2 main reasons. The math is not on their side. When you're a gambler, you have less than a 50% chance of making money in any casino game. You guys agree with that? That's why the casino's rich, right? So what if we could use math so that the probability is on our side? Right? If we could be the casino and we could learn how to put the probabilities on us, which is the edge. What if we had the edge? Then we can create a formula that we can do again and again and again to compound your money over time. All right. So that's what we're going to learn is probability. And then we also learned about this. I don't know if you guys remember expected value, right? Remember we learned something called expected value, which is the probability of something happening and the payout, right? So remember, let's say the probability of flipping a coin, right? That's 50%. Do you guys agree that you get heads, right? If you flip a coin. So the probability of you flipping a coin is 50%. Let's say you get paid $100, right? And then what's the probability of you flipping a tails? 50%. But let's say when you get a tails, you only lose $50, right? This is what expected value is. What's 50% of 100? That's $50, right? That you make $50 every time you win. Every time you lose, 50% of the time you lose $50. Half of 50 is what, 25? So your expected value is $25. What does that mean? That means every time you flip the coin, you can expect to make $25. It's kind of like the average, right? You take the average of your winners plus minus the average of your losers. This will tell you on average, because look, if you flip the coin 10 times, you're going to get, yeah, closer. You're going to make $250, right? If you flip it 10 times. Well, let's see if that works. 50% of the time, if you flip it 10 times, 5 times you're going to make what? 100 times 100. 5 times you're going to lose 50. Let's see if that works out. 500 minus 250 equals 250, right? So that is the same number, expected value. So every time you flip the coin, you're about to make about $25. Now the math makes sense, right? Now watch. Man, this is getting so fun and exciting, right? Because when here's my saying: if the math don't make sense, it don't make dollars. Oh, get that? Think about that. If the math don't make sense, it don't make dollars. But if the math makes sense, then you're gonna be rich. All right, check this out. So the key to actually making money consistently is to have the probabilities on your side, right? We said that. So what about this? Let's say you place 10 investments, or let's call it bets, right? And let's say, remember I showed you this? We're gonna use expected value. Let's say, can you make money if you only win 30% of the time? What do you think? Oh, I don't know. Marcus, what do you think? Can you make money if you only write 30% of the time, Nevaeh? Can you make money if you're only right? Let's say out of 10 bets, you only win 3 of them. That's 30%, right? You lose 7. 7 losers, 3 winners. Can you make money? Can you make money every time you play? You lose 7 times, but when you win, you only win 3. Can you make money that way? What do you think? Of course you can. You know what? Check this out. You could make money. You can make money being right only 30% of the time. You know why? Because look, remember we talked about expected value? Watch. If you only right 30% of the time, but every time you're right, you make $300. But every time you're wrong, you're only risking $100. Now look at that. Now this is the math, right? Probability with payout. How much did you make? You made 900? How much did you lose? 700? How much did you net profit? 200. That's the key right there. Most people don't understand this number right here. You could actually, what's important is not how much you're right. It's not the probability of you being right. You know what's important is how much do you make when you're right? And how much do you lose when you're wrong? Does that make sense? That's the key to any system, is you got to know what is your risk, how much your probability is to make a certain amount, and what's the probability of you losing a certain amount. And then at the end, you are still profitable.
Okay, I'll tell her again.
All right. So who do you need?
Dejane.
Dejane to where?
She's going to the office to go home.
Okay, office bring your stuff. You know it's her birthday yesterday, right?
Is your family?
Yeah. Yes, Sky. You may go. All right. So, do you see this model right here? This business model. This is it. It's in any business, right? The income in any business, for your business to be profitable, whether you're selling clothes, you're selling shoes, you're selling water, your income that comes in needs to cover your expenses. And then if your income is greater than your expenses, this is your net profit, right? this is the business model. If you have more expenses than your income that you sell, right? Let's say you don't sell enough shoes, but it costs you a lot to buy those shoes. You're going to be losing money every month. So, this is what you're going to learn here. I'm going to teach you this. And we are going to turn this around. Say hi, everybody. Say what's up, what's up, what's up.
Can I get some water?
Yes, you may. I feel like you might die of thirst because you've been asking me that. And I've been ignoring you. Say hi, Nevaeh. It was her birthday. She's 21.
I'm
No.
not 21. Oh my God.
She just looks 21.
Okay, that's why I get in place.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Party until 2 in the morning on a Sunday. Oh, 4. My bad, my bad. With champagne. I told Champagne. Did she tell you?
No, what?
Oh, she didn't tell you?
No, what did she say?
Oh, she's like, yeah, I was with her.
I'm sick of champagne. I've been drinking too much.
Oh my gosh. And you're only 18. I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So this is what you guys are gonna learn. Your project is you're gonna develop a business, a mathematical business, where you could generate more income putting your money somewhere than you're losing. Okay, so here's the 2 charts that you guys learned already. Everybody look up here. Yeah, you guys. Okay, so do you guys remember the first chart we talked about first semester was a line, a straight line, right? Do you guys know why this is a straight line? It's because you are making the same amount every hour, right? You're the job, you're working for the job, you're working for the man or the woman, right? You can't really make wealth working at a job because they're going to cap you how much you make every day because most people only work 8 hours a day. But the key to wealth, right, is to be the house. The house is where you're going to learn the exponential growth. You're going to learn how to actually grow your money so that your money works for you. Your money can work 24 hours a day where you're trading probabilities for profits. All right. Most people try to predict the future. The wealthy sell probabilities. Ooh, that's kind of deep. I like that. Man, we got 3, 4 people in the bathroom. Half my class is out to the bathroom. Okay, so wealth is just a math equation. Believe it or not, wealth is a math equation. You just plug in the inputs, whatever comes out, if you're net profitable, you're going to get rich eventually. All right. AI made this for me. I'm going through it. The casino and insurance model, how the wealthy stay wealthy. This is what they do. They calculate risk, right? Without any risk, there's no reward. Do you guys know what the biggest risk in life is? Okay, do you know what the biggest risk in life is? Do you know what the biggest risk in life is? Very good. She got the right answer. The biggest risk in life, Leah, is not taking one. Right? You just want to be comfortable, right? The biggest risk in life is not taking one. Let's say you see this girl or this boy, right? You're like, man, I want to get to know him. I want to, be friends with him. But if you don't take that risk, you'll never know, right? Then you just at home, you're like, oh, what if my life would have been so different if I would have just pretended that we made eye contact and then he would have came over and, so you got to take risk in order to get a reward. Do you agree with that, Rayana? You got to take that risk, right? But you don't want to take unnecessary risks. You guys know what an unnecessary risk is? A risk that's not calculated, right? You don't want to go take a risk where you know you're going to get shot down, right? If you see like this model and you didn't even brush your teeth or wash your hair and you go, hey, would you like to go out with me? Well, is that really a risk worth taking? No, because you're just gonna get hurt, and then your ego's gonna be like, "Oh man!" But of course, your probability is so low because you got to work out, you got to look good, put some cologne on, perfume on, make sure you got the right fit on, and then the probability is gonna increase. The probability is gonna increase. I know. See, as long as one person's listening, I'm doing my job. All right. So You got to weigh your risk and reward. That's all in life, right? Every decision you make is a probability. Even waking up today, was there 100% probability that you were going to be alive today? No, right? Something could have happened. You could have died in your sleep. You could have got hit by a car. So there's nothing that's 100%. The only thing that's 100% is what? Do you guys know there's two things that are guaranteed in life? Death. Eventually, everybody's going to die.
Can I go bathroom?
Damn, this is like the sixth person asked me to go to the bathroom. Does my classmate people want to go bathroom or not? Okay, I wonder how many of those six people, what's the probability that six of them really have to go to the bathroom? Yeah, probably like one.
Okay, one's coming done.
Okay. So this is how the wealthy get wealthy. I'm gonna teach you guys how to be wealthy. Don't you want to be wealthy? You want to be wealthy, right? Do you want to work for the rest of your life? Nobody wants to work for the rest of life. So how do you break free of that rat race? When the money that you make from your investments is greater than the money that you need for your bills, your monthly bills, right? So when the money that you make monthly from your investments is greater than the money that you need to pay your bills, now you don't need a job no more. Does that make sense? Because now your money is working for itself. Your money is making so much money that it can pay your bills. And then you don't have to work. Don't you want that? Don't you want to go to the Bahamas, go to wherever and know that your money's working for you, making money? That's how the wealthy do it. The wealthy don't sit at home working 8 hours a day. They go do whatever and their money makes money for them. But how do we do that if we don't know how to do it? Most people that it's called gatekeeping. You guys know what gatekeeping is? What's gatekeeping? What does that mean?
Like, I don't know, when someone's wearing like a cute lip combo and then you're like, oh, what is that? And they're like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you because you're gonna sell it out or something like that.
Exactly, right? They have the knowledge. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Like behind the curtain, this is where all the money is, but they don't want you to know the formula. They don't want you to know the secret behind that. So they gatekeep it. Do you guys agree with that? Gatekeeping. Believe it or not, that's what Wall Street does. You guys know Wall Street, they gatekeep all that money. That's why the rich just get richer. And then the poor and the average American, they just get stuck here. They gatekeep the wealth. What if I told you I had the key to the gate? Ooh, how much would this key be worth? You know what I can charge? How much I can charge for this key? I could probably charge like $10,000. If I gave you the key to the gate, would you agree? If I gave you the key to teach you how to actually have your money grow and grow and grow, would you guys take that? Would you guys want to do that? That's what I'm gonna teach you, Naveen. I'm gonna give you the key. But I give you the key, you gotta learn it, you gotta understand it, you gotta understand the math of it, and then you gotta apply it. Got it? Because if I give you all the knowledge, let's say I teach you the formula, right? I give you the knowledge, but then you don't apply it. Is it worth anything? No, right? I give you all the knowledge, and then you just sit at home and you're like, oh, okay, that's what I have to do, but you don't do it, you're not gonna make no money. So the key to this formula is this. You have to learn the knowledge, get that specialized knowledge, find somebody that knows how to do it, me, okay? And then you gotta learn the tools, like a carpenter, they gotta learn how to use a saw, right? Well, the trader or the investor needs to learn where to put the money, how to put the money, what strategies to use. And most importantly, you need a coach or a mentor, right? Somebody that's already done it that can then show you how to do it, walk you through it, take you under their wings and say, okay, come with me, follow what I do. I give you the blueprint. You just got to follow it and you'll get to the goal, right? So that is the fastest way to do it, because if you try to do something on your own, it's going to take you 10 times as long and it's going to be 100 times more expensive. But if you could do it with somebody who's already been there, it's going to shortcut your learning curve and it's going to save you thousands of dollars, especially when you have your money at risk. So this is how it's all going to work, right? Everything is going to be based on two principles: math, money, and your mindset. That's 3. Math, money, mindset, the 3 M's, right? If the math don't make sense, it won't make dollars. Got that? If the math don't make sense, it won't make dollars. That's my catchline. I'm gonna end all my videos with that. All right. And you gotta have the mindset. Why do you have to have the mindset? Because you need the discipline to execute the math. Just like the law of large numbers. Let's say I flip a coin 10 times, Nevaeh. If I flip a coin 10 times, what's the probability that it will be heads? 50-50, right? Heads, tails? 50-50? Right. Does it guarantee every time I flip the coin, it's going to be heads 5 times and tails 5 times? No. If I do it only 10 times, maybe sometimes it'll be heads 7 times, tails only 3 times, right? But, so the math doesn't work. The math doesn't, you know how to make the math work? You have to do it 100 times. If you do, the more often times you do something, the closer it's going to get to 50-50. Does that make sense? Because if you only do it a few times, yeah, the math isn't really going to work. It's called the law of large numbers. So here, I'm going to teach you, that's how the casinos play the game. They let the math work itself out. They let the probabilities play themselves out because mathematically they have an edge. And in order to make money in anything, you need to have an edge. You need to have a secret sauce, right? Like, what's the most famous brands that girls like to buy? Chanel, Coco Chanel, what is it, right? They have to have an edge. What is their edge? Should I do the Coco Chanel dance?
Yeah.
And fall off his chair? Okay. So that'll go viral. So you have to have an edge. An edge is people have to think that your product is worth something, or you have to deliver a product that nobody else has, right? You know what our edge is as money managers to try to make money grow? Our edge is the math. Math is our edge. That's why I'm trying to teach you the math behind the money. Because once you know the edge, you could just do it again and again. So what is our edge? Our edge is this. Do gamblers have the edge? No. Do casinos have the edge? Yes. I'm going to teach you how to be the casino. I'm going to teach you how to put the probabilities on your side where you don't have to predict where the stock is going to go. Did you know you can make money without even having to predict where the stock will go? I'll show you how to predict where the stock won't go, which gives you a higher probability because predicting where a stock will go is only a 50-50 shot. But predicting where a stock will not go is greater than 50% probability because it already has to move there for it to just break even. All right. So they are in the business of selling probabilities and they have a positive expected value. That is their edge. Math ensures the odds are always in our favor using the law of large numbers, which we talked about. You can apply this exact model to the stock market. You know why? Because you could actually place bets on stock. And I'll be right back. What's up, Raymond? So, you guys know the Super Bowl, right? People were betting money. Most people lose money when they bet on sports, right? You can also place bets on stocks. Did you know that, Mateo? You could bet on a stock. Did you guys know when you buy a stock, that's not betting. It's more investing because when you buy a stock, you could hold it forever. You don't have to sell it. You could just buy it and hope 10 years later it goes higher. That's not betting on a stock. That's investing in a stock. But when you trade a stock, now we're betting on a stock. We're betting short term that it's going to go up or down. But when you get into options, which is a derivative of stock, it is like the calculus of the stock market. Now we can actually place bets on them because options is nothing more than a mathematical formula. It's a mathematical equation that has probabilities and payouts tied to them. So now if you actually know how to put those two together, now you can actually become the casino because now you can sell probabilities. You have the edges. You have time, which is called theta decay on your side, and you have volatility, which is called vega on your side. And we want to sell time and we want to sell high volatility. Volatility is nothing more than fear. All right. For an example, let's say insurance. When you have life insurance, no, car insurance, right? No, hurricane insurance. That's better. When a hurricane is approaching, guess what happens to that insurance premium? It's going to be more expensive to buy that insurance because there's an accident. The hurricane is offshore. In order for you to insure your house, you're going to have to pay a lot. Well, guess what? You can do that with the stocks as well. Because when an earnings announcement is coming up with the stock, let's say Apple is reporting earnings tomorrow. Well, guess what happens to the option premium? The policy is going to be way inflated and the expected move is going to be a lot greater. Well, what if you could sell options that take advantage of that inflated premium? Hold it long enough so that it deflates. Let time go by. Now you're making money off two edges, time and volatility. And the stock just has to stay within a range that has a 70% chance, which is one standard deviation. So that is what we're going to do here in the next 6 weeks, because I'm going to have you guys create your own project where you're going to be the casino. You're going to create a mathematical model that is going to exploit these edges again and again over time. All right. So step one of this journey is we want financial freedom. Can we actually trade our way to financial freedom? The answer is yes, if you have the knowledge. So when your passive income becomes greater than your monthly expenses, this is what it means to be financially free. Because now you don't have to work for your money is now working for you, right? So the goal is not to get rich. The goal is reaching the crossover point where trading income covers your budget, right? Now, the problem, most rely on a job to pay their bills. If the labor stops, the income stops. Freedom, the solution, make money work harder than you do, right? Make your money work harder than you do so that you don't have to work for it. So that is the game plan. That is the roadmap. And if you guys like what you guys hear, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button so this thing spreads out to more people, hits that algorithm, and comment below and say, yeah, I want to learn more about this, or I want to learn about that, or take a look at this stock, or look at this chart. And I'll do all of that because my main goal for this channel is to teach you guys how to be financially free from a 9-to-5 job, how to break free from that rat race so that nobody gets gatekeeped. I want Main Street and Wall Street to connect so that we could democratize this entire money economy so the rich don't get richer and the poor get poorer. But we're going to close that gap so that the average American investor can become like a Wall Street millionaire, and so that we can all be based on a level playing field. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, if the math don't make sense, it won't make dollars. Oh, one clap. I didn't pay them for that. Okay. Ooh, I got 0 people watching right now. All right. How do I end this video, Mr. Wilmer? What do I do? What'd you do? I don't know. How do I end that? Here, you can take it off. Oh, end.
What?
Peace, end stream. All right, you guys want to watch